Hey everybody, I'm back after my PC crash, midway during stream. You love to see it. But anyways, that's not the reason we're here. I'm here to tell you guys about the new Anime Ghosts update. And now in this case, once again, it is a mini update, so none of us was expecting anything crazy. But this is insane. Not only do we have new upgrades and a dungeon shop, but the upgrades and the stuff in the dungeon shop are really worth it. Let's just say, especially for the free-to-play players, you are going to love what's in here. So, let's not waste any more time. Feel free to like and subscribe if you do end up enjoying this video. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this. But hold up just a second, I want to quickly tell you guys about today's sponsor, Anime Leveling. So, what exactly does this game bring to the table? Well, it is going to be very similar to a lot of your favorite anime simulators, but of course, building on top of them. For example, when I look at these sneak peeks, I kind of get anime tactical vibes along with Anime Strike. So, of course, that means this game is going to be including all of your favorite features like gachas, game modes, world grinding, and so much more. Just feel free to have a look at all the different sneak peeks up on screen right now, and if any of them interest you, feel free to go ahead, join their Discord server. It is going to be linked in the description and also in the comments. Thanks once again for Anime Leveling for sponsoring today's video, but without further ado, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Let's actually get into the video now. Alright, so first things first, let's read the update log properly. So over here, we have the dungeon shop and the dungeon upgrades. Now, to go into specifics, the dungeon shop, how it works, you get these shards, right, from the dungeon. It doesn't matter what difficulty or what type of dungeon, all you need to know is that when you jump on in, you will get these dungeon shards. Now, obviously, you would probably want to put on like a drops potion or whatever, maybe do a dungeon that you can get to wave 50 of. That's way you get the maximum amount and you can make use of the dungeon upgrades, which also cost gems, but also the dungeon shop. So let's start off with the dungeon shop. Over here, you can get dungeon tickets, which how they work is that you can skip the dungeon cooldown or just, actually no, it is just the dungeon cooldown. You guys know how when you defeat or just lose to a dungeon or whatever, there's like a 10-minute cooldown? Well, yeah, this dungeon ticket is like a skip card, if that makes sense. But you want to know what's better than skipping the cooldown? Gems. Look at it this way, right? For around 5k shards, you can get 25 gems every single... I'm not sure if it's every single day or every single few hours. It depends on obviously how often the shop restocks. So look at it this way, right? Let's say it restocks every 24 hours. That's an extra 25 gems every day. But basically free. And of course, let's say you bought all of the dungeon tickets and all of the gems, there's also a bunch of different potions, which you might as well get because in this update, they also added potion exchange in map number 1. We'll have a look at that, in just a moment. Let's have a look at the dungeon upgrades. So over here, right, you can upgrade energy, damage, ghost, crit damage, and less mode delay reduction and the dungeon enemy size. Now, the last two are very simple, even if their names sound a little bit weird. This one over here, instead of waiting 10 minutes for the dungeon to reset, you can actually only wait 9 minutes now. Yes, I know, 1 minute isn't exactly the craziest decrease, but it's still like an extra 3 minutes gone. Look at it this way, right? Every single minute you skip, it will eventually add up to like a 1 hour time saved. Or a day if you were to do that many dungeons. Just go ahead and max it out, whether it's the first thing you upgrade or the last thing. There's literally no downside. Also, dungeon enemy size over here is just the enemy range, right? So, for example, enemies specifically in the dungeon, well, you can attack them from further. For example, right now, let's pretend we're in the dungeon, right? If I were to max level this and let's say stand here, I'd be able to take out this enemy. But of course, I'm not in a dungeon, and even if I upgraded the level, it wouldn't actually do anything here, because again, it's not a dungeon. Highly recommend you upgrade your energy and damage though. Apparently, when you max this out, it will cost by around 11k of the shards. It will give you around a 2x energy boost, and I think a 2x damage boost as well. Let's see. So it goes up by 0.1x and 0.1x. So yeah, you will be getting 2 times energy, 2 times damage at max, and if I did my math correctly, it's around 11k shards each. These others over here, by the way, you do you. I mean, you could get them, but I'd recommend getting these last. But anyways though, let's move on to the loading docks over here. So if we just quickly, run on through, you will find the potion NPC. Now, how it works, once again, just like the rest of this update, very simple, very straightforward. For every 5 potions, you can get 1 better tiered. So 5 tier 1 will make 1 tier 2, and then 5 tier 2 will make 1 tier 3. Now in this case, since I was doing a lot of game modes in the admin abuse, I just have, you know, like a ridiculous amount, which I can just, you know, like immediately exchange. So I'll just, you know, go ahead and do that. There we go. I'm now officially broke on the tier 1 potions. And then I'll just, you know, go ahead, you know, do the same over here. There's no downside at all. And then if you were to do this, let's say 4 or 5 times, you would just have like a full inventory of just tier 3 potions, which as of this moment are the best potions in the game. And they give you an insane boost. 1.5x drops or 1.5x damage. Or if you have the energy one, 3 times energy. And yeah, just like that, I guess, you know, in 4 minutes, that's pretty much the update showcased. If you guys want to, you can click off the video. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. But in case you guys are interested, I do have some sneak peeks to showcase to you all. Also, by the way, before I actually forget, there are some free codes, you know, literally brand new codes. You might as well get them. This one gives you like 4 tier 3 potions, this one gives you 50 gems, and this resets all the cooldowns. So use Dungeon Shop, 50k likes, and shut down. But yeah, as I was saying though, I have some sneak peeks to showcase to you all. Now right now, we only have 1 sneak peek and it is absolutely blurred as hell. And honestly, you can't really tell what on earth is on this picture. But I did get leaked by, you know, just some random players, right, during my live stream, that apparently the test server for this game, right, for Anime Ghosts, the like front picture, right, of the game. Let's say I go to Anime Ghost, right, and I leave the game. This front picture over here. Apparently, when you look at the test server, it's apparently like Black Clover or something. I mean, I might be able to check for myself. If I look up the one of the developers, right, Master, I believe his name is. Yeah, here we go. This is one of his main pages over here. And as you can see, this guy, this anime character is from Black Clover. So does this mean the next update is Black Clover? I don't know. For all I know, this is like a update 4, for example. Maybe they're already like that far ahead in like the planning and stuff. Or maybe it's to throw us off. Maybe it's to make us think it's Black Clover. And then it's actually, I don't know, One Punch Man or Sword Art Online. Feel free to make your guesses down in the comments. I'm glad to hear any suggestions about, you know, maybe they leak something else. But then again, maybe it wouldn't be smart to trust the developers right now. But, you know, during the global announcements, they were talking about like some weird 6-7 update and adding a Tung 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 Sahur secret pet and adding waifus. It's crazy what happens on Tuesdays, man. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But anyways, apart from that though, might as well mention, next update will have admin abuse. It's going to be on Friday at around 10 PM. Obviously, check for your time since, you know, time zones exist. But until then, I have to go sleep. So I'm going to go AFK grind something because, you know, school tomorrow. And, you know, if I don't sleep, then I'm probably going to suffer. Apart from that though, like and subscribe. See you guys maybe on a Friday stream for, you know, the brand new update. And also stay tuned for the grinding video. It's coming out really, really soon. I promise. Alright, apart from that though, see you guys in the next one. Peace!